Since its beginnings as an early provider of special education programs, Birch Family Services has been at the forefront of a national movement to recognize the civil rights of people with autism and developmental disabilities and their families. Our founder, Phyllis L. Susser, established Birch's first school in 1975, the same year Congress passed legislation that would become known as the Individuals with Disabilities Education Act, or IDEA.
The organization was founded on the premise that children with developmental needs had the right to a fair and appropriate education.
Named for her mentor, the Herbert G. Birch School for Exceptional Children opened its doors in Queens with just 28 students and 11 teachers. Over the next 5 decades, what would become Birch Family Services grew from that single classroom into a provider of educational and community support serving more than 2,000 individuals each year in 30 locations in Manhattan, Queens, Brooklyn, and the Bronx.
Some of the most rewarding things are like when a child comes in and they have very little language, or it's really difficult to understand them, and then you have them for a year, 2 years, and you can understand them. They're using full sentences, or they're using phrases, but they're putting words together to be easily understood. A stranger can understand what they're saying.
Understanding the value of special education and clinical services for young children, we expanded to include early childhood services by establishing our first preschool in Springville Gardens, Queens in 1982. This important milestone shed a light on the lack of supports and resources available to children with developmental disabilities and their families. In response, we expanded options available to children and families through the opening of several preschool programs in the 1980s and 1990s in diverse communities like Mill Basin, East Flatbush, Long Island City, Washington Heights, and Riverdale.
We service children ages 3 to 5 with special needs, and we also have a typically developing program that serves UPK students 3 and 4 years old and early learn students with extended day aftercare.
All children deserve an equal opportunity at receiving a free and appropriate public education, and intervening with children early provides them with the greatest opportunity for success. Today, Birch is one of the largest early childhood providers for children with special needs in New York State, with 8 locations. Our focus is on quality and innovative practices that enable children to thrive in the least restrictive environments with the right amount of supports.
She's having fun and she's learning. She's reading. She can spell her name. She's doing things that she wasn't doing at the beginning of the school year. And I really just appreciate all their hard work.
Our school-age special education program engages students in behavioral and emotional supports, academics, life skills training, work-based learning, and vocational training opportunities to prepare and transition to adult life. We are committed to providing seamless education and transitional services for children ages 3 through 21.
One of the reasons that we're talking now is because Birch has provided us as a family so much support that we feel like there's nothing we wouldn't do to try to help, sustain Birch. 45 years, I've met people who've been at Birch for 45 years.
In all our programs, nothing is more important than having our partnership with families. Having a child with special needs requires that they have support to navigate a complex education and healthcare system responsive to their child's needs. We work to give them the tools that will empower them to be their child's best advocate. Together, we work to fulfill our mission: empower people with autism and developmental disabilities to lead fulfilling lives.